I travel and teach all over the globe.
Oh, okay, okay. How did you get interested in this whole smart meter controversy?
Well, I got interested in the effects of electromagnetic fields on human health several years ago when my wife had developed an atrial fibrillation very shortly after Wi-Fi was installed in our house. And when I turned the Wi-Fi off, the atrial fibrillation went away. When I turned the Wi-Fi back on without her knowing it, the atrial fibrillation came back, and she got mad at me, so I turned it back off again. And we had it uninstalled from our house.
Oh, where do you live?
I'm living now in Texas. At that time, I was living here in Phoenix.
Okay. So what happened next?
So anyway, I started looking at the electromagnetic field issue, and one of my past contacts is actually quite knowledgeable in that. That's Dr. William Ray out of Dallas, runs the Environmental Health Center in Dallas. And he has colleagues that are also very knowledgeable. One that I've met before is Dr. Cyril Smith. And so I learned that they had been looking at this as a health issue, and very recently they've actually even written an article, a position paper that they put in on their website, the American Academy of Environmental Medicine. And their statement basically is that there's not good science showing that the smart meters are safe, but on the contrary, there's actually pretty good evidence that shows that they're not safe. And the problem is that there's different types of ways that the electromagnetic fields can damage the body, and the only way that they've been studied to prove that they're safe is with thermal damage. And that's not the way that the smart meters and the cell phone towers and some of these other things are causing harm. It's actually by the non-thermal damage.
In layman terms, can you, as a doctor, can you explain what kind of damage is it causing?
Yes. So what happens with a non-thermal damage in a patient that has electromagnetic field exposure is that their cells become excited. Every cell in our body has electrical potential across the membrane of the cell, and those cells fire off, whether it's a nerve cell, a muscle cell, a heart cell, a brain cell, fire off when they get too excited. And so the bombardment of our bodies with radio frequency electromagnetic pollution is stimulating excessively the cells of our body and causing the cells to fire off too much. So a person that has, some people have a lot of electromagnetic sensitivity, some people have less electromagnetic sensitivity. But I'm seeing more and more people with more and more sensitivity as more smart meters are going in and more cell phone towers are going up and so on. So it becomes an increasing problem.
So from a scientific standpoint, can you just kind of summarize for me the evidence? I mean, you mentioned the studies that were being done. Kind of summarize, and again in layman's terms, like you just did, which was very good.
Yeah.
Just kind of summarize in layman's terms what the scientific evidence is.
Yeah, well, there's I guess 31 references in this particular position statement that your more scientific readers, listeners to your program should look at. But they're both in the epidemiology literature, looking at the effects of things on health, and also in the basic science literature, looking at the effects on cell cultures and on lab animals and things like that. But what they've shown is that the electromagnetic fields will cause trouble with arrhythmias, with sleep disorders, with depression, with mood swings, with a variety of neurological functions like the ability to remember and focus and concentrate. And people that are really sensitive to the electromagnetic fields will actually get to where they can't function at all. They just can't make it in life.
So as a doctor, you're seeing more people who have sensitivities to this.
Yes.
Well, what can be done?
Well, I think the solution has to be to reassess the guidelines that are used by the government to approve or disapprove a certain technology in the electromagnetic field realm. And if we can actually look at the other non-thermal damages that occur to the body as a result of these electromagnetic frequency exposures, I think we'll actually see a lot of that evidence as more and more research is done.
Now, just so I can explain to my viewers, if you were doing a resume, your expertise would be...
Yes, I'm a board-certified cardiologist and board-certified internist. I've been in practice for about 30 years. I'm also trained in integrative medicine and homeopathy and a variety of other fields. nutritional medicine as well. And I travel around the globe and teach other practitioners what I've learned that can help people get well.
Does that include EM issues?
Including electromagnetic issues.
Okay, and then that's just something we've done recently, or?
That started in 2005 is when I started looking at the electromagnetic issues with greater interest because of the effect it had on my own wife.
And then you saw it happening to other people, so if in your mind, this becomes a major health issue.
Yeah, I've seen the cardiac arrhythmias in many people now. And even for a short time, when I had a big electromagnetic hit myself, I developed an atrial fibrillation. But thank goodness I knew enough things to do to remedy that. So.
Why don't you think the power companies and the Corporation Commission in our state, why don't they take this seriously?
I'm not sure why the power companies and the other cell phone companies and all that don't take this seriously. I think that they aren't aware in some cases of the damage that's actually occurring to some of the population. And I think that in some cases maybe they are aware and they just don't want to know about it because it messes up their profits.
Okay, thank you very much. That was great. Thank you.
This is about